Okay, we are in another WBC convention, and this one is joint men and women in the same convention. You have been in Tijuana for the second women's convention.
Yes.
Do you remember that experience?
Yes. It was the second time that the women's also are on the convention. There was a special day for the women's exactly, and then everybody have to wear white colors to make an example. And yeah, it was a very nice experience in Tijuana. But it's growing. The last of years, women is also a little of growing, and you see on the WBC the matches with women boxing are very high level than before because of the women's sport is growing more. And you see the World Boxing Council (WBC) invested in more punching up the women than higher level, and make more publicity, make the sport popular. Because before you don't see women fights on television. Now we see the fights also on television, dozen other sports centers also, but they have to investate, and you see one of the most that investate is the WBC.
Yes. How did you get into boxing? Do you remember the first time you went into a boxing gym?
Oh, I was a little bit older than the most because I always did judo before. Then I got some back problem, and I look on another, how do you say it, another thing to make my energy. And so when I started my police career, I get in contact with the boxing. I say, that's like very nice. I was 22 years old, and then I start, I'm gonna go to a gym, but not for the competition, just for the training, because I did high level judo. Yeah, you went to a sport gym, a boxing gym. They say, train a little bit, and then do you want to do a fight? I say, why not? Because I got a lot of experience in judo, international, fought on the Youth Olympic and everything. I say, I'm gonna try. And from one to other thing, it's a hobby that growing a lot.
In your family, anybody else is in boxing?
No.
No
my,
brothers or...
Family or farmers, and sport is not so important because it's working on the farm. They got not a lot of time. And they say you can do it, but they got no time for sport and everything. Mm-hmm. They are also hard-working people, but I think that makes me also hard in the sport because of the things I teach at home. Living on a farm is very hard. You wake outside. It's not an easy job. It's a hard job, and that made me hard that I can use in the sport.
Yes, you know the Fundora brothers. They live in a farm also. They live in a farm. Still, and they have a farm life, and
it's a hard life.
That also has to do with physical.
My parents don't do sport, but I see what they do. It's like sport because my father is also 70 years old, but he is still in condition because every day on the farm, it's not sport, but it's working like a sport. So the condition is also very good. If you see it, it's a little bit the same sport of on a farm. A lot of people don't know it, but it's a little bit the same. You have to work to get something. In the sport, you have to work to get a high level. It's a little bit the same. You can do it.
And how was your amateur career?
I get not a lot of amateurs because I was 22 years old when I started. After 6 months, I did my first fight. I did 12 amateur fights, but that was still in 1 year. So I was Flemish champion, Belgian champion, and South Netherlands champion. And then it was a little bit difficult because if you have to organize amateur fights and an opponent have to come from another country, my trainers say it's not possible anymore to pay this with an amateur fight. And in Belgium there was no, in the time I was amateur fighter, there was no national team, it was still growing. Then they say maybe it's better for you to change to pro fighting so we can look for opponents because there are not a lot of women this time to take women of other countries, and so we can make a pro career. And so I started after 1 year pro fighting. I think 2009 I was pro fighter. I started with my pro career.
Yes. Did you ever have the Olympic dream?
I have it, yeah, but you have to choose amateur of pro fighting because I was late starting 2007 when I was 22. Then there was no national team, so we have to choose. No, I was pro fighter, and yeah, it's a shame you can do not both. It's pro of amateur, but yeah, it's another team of sport. So I understand it's the one of the other thing. But yeah, you choose what is best for you on this time. And yeah, for me it was pro fighting, surely in Belgium, because we are growing. The level of boxing sport is still growing in Belgium. If you look at 10 years past, it was still like this. Now it are very better fighters, technical, tactical. They are very growing in Belgium, also on the high level. Before you don't see in Belgium one in the national team. Now we see there was this year 3 amateur fighters on the Olympic Games. I think it was from 1996 that there were Belgian fighters on the Olympic Games. So we are growing, but yeah, it's a small country. It's difficult. Eh? Maybe if I was younger, I can do also the national team. And then you can first Olympic and then pro fighter. But yeah, I was too old, so you have to choose it.
How different is amateur boxing from professional?
Before amateur fighting, it was still technical, but now if you see the style, it's also it's changing also more to pro fighter style. But the difference is it's just three rounds of 3 minutes. With woman boxing pro fighter, it's 10 rounds of 2 minutes. Physical, it's a harder. Technical, some is amateur more technical, but yeah, pro fighter is also a lot of changing. The technical, tactical level is not more, is also every level. It's like athletic. Every time, every sport is growing, and if you now look to the boxing sport. You have to, if you start, I think, on 22 years like me, and you want to start, it's very difficult also. You have to be, if you want to start and to get on a high level, you have to start with 6-7 years old, that you got a lot of luggage on your handbag, and you can grow up, because the level of the sport is still growing, and it's very difficult now if you start on a late age.
Now that you're saying that the level is growing.
Yes, in Belgium, surely.
In the boxing in the old days, the training was running, jumping rope, hitting the bag, sparring, very basic, very direct. Today, you have strength and conditioning, psychologists, nutritionists, new technologies, to put it in some way. Do you think these new technologies are making stronger and better fighters?
For me, yes. I think everything is so different, because there are, technology, studying opponents also, the nutrition of a sport dietist, everything the same, also how they prepare to a fight. Before it was you prepare for a fight. Now there are trainers, they make everything you have to prepare for a fight. Take this, eat this, you have to do this. It's not like before, just training physical. No, it's everything.
Yes.
And that's make the level also higher. But then every sport is like this. It's growing, eh? Every sport. If you see the Tour de France, for us is very popular, of the cycling. If you see, they always, before they on 30, now they 50 kilometers per hour. How do you do that at 200 kilometers? Yeah, you have to be in order with everything. Eh? The food, the nutrition, everything have to be correct. Otherwise, you cannot do that. The recuperation, everything have to be good.
Yes, and you have to be a boxer every day of the year, 360 days, 365 days of the year. There is no boxing season. So how difficult is it to be an athlete all year round? How much of a sacrifice is boxing?
Yeah, you have to sacrifice a lot. Also, because of women boxing, you cannot live about it, and you have to have it. You have your boxing training, and you have also a job. I'm a police officer, so you have to combine the two things together, and you have every time look if you want to train like me every day. Then you have to look for training in the morning, working in the evening. Or all the sides, working in the morning, training in the evening. You have to do everything and make your day, make a schema, so you know when you can train every day. If you don't do it and make everything correct, it's not possible to get on a high level.
Yes.
It's necessary, and it's difficult because you have to combine it with a job. But yeah, it's like this. Otherwise, you cannot live about it. But it's possible. It's possible if you make sacrifices. My family also say, I don't see you a lot with holidays. I choose to work because if I work, I get a second day holiday. Because you work on a holiday, you get a second day vacation. So I work on a holiday, so I get a second day vacation to take recap of extra vacation to train. So to big fights of something, I say, no, I got 30 days extra I can take at home to prepare for a big fight. Yeah, it's in the sacrifices you make, but yeah. It's also a small of time you can do it, so you have to take this time to do it. If you're 50 years old, the Mike Tyson maybe can do it, but I think for me it's not possible. If I am 58, I think I don't still have be in the ring on a high level. So it's now this time you have to do it, and after you get time for your family and everything.
The new rules for women are based on medical examinations. The 10 rounds, 2-minute rounds, and you have been in conventions when they talk about this.
The 3 rounds they want.
Do you agree with this? The rules of the WBC?
We follow the medical. If they say medical and they prove it's better the 2 rounds, yeah, then it's better to do this. Yeah, it's medical. If they have a report and they do an examination and they say for women it's better 2 minutes, yeah, you have to do the 2 minutes. But physical, I also train a lot of time 3 rounds because we train together with the guys, and it's difficult to say we're gonna train the women on an apart time. So the clock is always with 3 minutes. So if I have to fight 3 minutes, it's possible for me. But if it's medical, it's another thing. Training 3 minutes than fighting 3 minutes. That's difficult. Yes. But if it's the medical say, the report say 2 minutes, it's only thing that is important for women. Yeah, you have to follow this.
Yeah, well, in training you have more protection. You have the headgear and the gloves are bigger.
It's not the same impact also. The gloves are, you spar with 14 ounce and the fights it's 8 ounce. It's a big difference also.
Yes.
So if the report say it, I understand it. We don't gonna complain. If they say tomorrow you have to do 3 rounds, we make us ready for 3 rounds. If it is not held, it's another thing. Then you have to follow the rules. The medical is important too.
Yes. Do you feel the difference if she was?
There is a difference. There is a difference.
I mean, with 2 pounds of difference, you can feel the.
Yeah. If there is, I don't say 2 pounds, but I'm for a super feather, and you fight against a lightweight. That's one class just below you. You feel the difference. It's the punch is a little bit harder. Normally, it's a good boxer. Not if it is one of the ranking like here, but it's if you fight against a good boxer on a level, a class above you, lightweight or super feather against lightweight, you feel the difference of the power. It's a little bit harder.
Yes.
So I understand to protect the head, you got just one head, and you got the life after the boxing also. If I come at my work, I'm a police officer, they always say to my work, your head is still intact, eh? You know to make a report and everything because we need you, eh? It's important. You can do your work also, eh? If this is not good anymore, you go to your work and you are not possible to make a report or to make your work clean. Yeah, it's not good, eh?
Every rule is made to preserve and to make the life better of the boxers. That's it.
And it's also, I think, every boxer can take a lot of punches, but you still have a time from a career to say this is okay. And then if you have too many punches, maybe one after 10 fights, other one after 60 fights, it's for everybody it's not the same. But there is a time to say this is enough if you want to do it on a health level. For me, for the moment, it's still okay, but baby, the next fight, I take hard punches, and the trainer say to me, I think it's enough. And then you have to accept that, I think. You don't want to accept that, but you don't see it and you don't know it. But it's your trainer or your corner of the people around you that knows, no, it's not good anymore. They have to protect you. And that's important. You got a good team around you that sees from when it's time for you or when it is not health anymore. And that's important, your team around you.
Yes.
But not everybody have this. I have seen a lot of things that I say, that's not good anymore. But yeah, money of some things and other people don't look about it and say, oh, up again in the ring and again in the ring. Then it's dangerous.
About the team. Boxing is a one-man or one-woman sport, but you have a team behind you.
It's a small team. I have a small team, but it's all people that are very close to me. And they know me, and they know when things are good and when things... And I think because it is a small team, it's not about for us from the money of something or to make it commerce. Well, that's dangerous. They use you for the money, then it's dangerous. I think for me, it's a small team. It are all friends, family. Then not family, but you see it as a family. It's not my brother it's not family from me, but my trainer, the corner man, the cut man. We are all collected together, and that's important. They know me. They know how I'm working. They know what I can, and they're gonna say to me, "No, it's enough."
It becomes a family.
Yeah, it becomes a family.
And also the gym, the second home, right?
You train every time together, you are together, you're working together, you are a lot of time together. Because of that, it's a family.
Which has been your hardest fight?
My hardest fight? The fight against Katie Taylor. Because the result was also a little bit for us not correct, but yeah, you can say what you are, and that is because take a little bit from your heart. I say it's not correct. I got a lot of hard fights, but this was a fight that take me in the heart, because for me, the first fight I still don't lost in New York. I don't lost in the Madison Square Garden, but yeah, it is what it is, and it's past.
Yeah.
And then I lost my green belt. I was 10-time WBC lightweight champion. I lost against Katie Taylor. For me, like this, because the last round was 50 seconds too short also. Because I punched her. She was like this. She was punched. And there was still 15 seconds because the corner man of me say 30 seconds. I make, how do you say it? The 30 seconds you go up, higher level, higher working. You make up your working level. She was punched. I want to finish her. And the timekeeper, they boom, not 10 seconds, no need, 15 seconds, away. But you cannot do anything about it.
Yes. You feel, sometimes you feel frustration.
After this fight, I was very frustrated. But then you have to leave it and you have to see the normal things in life. You go back to Belgium. I got a friend died on cancer, and then you say, okay, it's sport. it's important. But if you're health and you got a good life, you got nothing too short, you got a house, you got work, you got everything. I got nothing too short in my life. I got everything I need. That's important. You have to make it on site and take another thing in so you can replace it and you can go further in your life.
Yeah.
And I did it.
Do boxers have the feeling of revenge?
I got surely, you always want, you say, surely it was not correct and you want to get a revenge.
Because it is different, and I'm talking about something a little bit different. One thing is rematch, another is revenge. You know, revenge has more emotion into it than rematch.
Yeah.
I mean revenge, oh my God,
I was not lost and yeah. I still got the revenge also, but yeah, you use it to get further in the training. You use it to get still on the level, on the high level. And I say, no, I got 10-time WBC lightweight champion. I want to be no super feather. I changed the class, one lighter, and now we want to get champion with the super feather. Then you say, I got champion in two white classes WBC. Hopefully it happens. I'm also very, very happy. Happy.
Yeah. How did you feel when you saw the green belt in your hands, in your chest, in your house, in your bed?
The first time I won the WBC lightweight champion belt, it was in Belgium, in Zwevenzele, against Eric Annabella Faris, an Argentinian one. And that I always remember that was the best feeling. That's the first time. It is you get your diploma, you get your first belt, you get your diploma. It was very excited. The whole night we went a little bit holiday, with the belt on, and it was a very happy feeling.
Yes. So
you work to something, then it's happening. The biggest belt on your, we say it, what you can get, you deserve it, you get it. It's the whole thing, you work it for this, it's happening, and that's make you a very happy feeling.
Yes. And what do you think about the Green Belt and the World Boxing Council as an organization, as protection for the boxers?
I think the World Boxing Council, dus the WBC, did a lot of also for women boxing. The other, how do you see, you get a lot of belts, and that's the boxing make it difficult with the different belts, because a lot of people don't know it and say, what's important, what is not important, in different classes, different belts. For me, the WBC is also the important one. But for me, it's the most highest one and the most recognized one. Mayweather, Fury, if you look, all the biggest names got the WBC, the World Boxing Council belt. So for me, with a small country like Belgium, get the WBC belt. In Belgium, they don't know what it is, what it means. But for me and the boxing sport, it's the biggest one.
Yes.
But the protection of the boxers have to be the first important thing. Because, if the boxer get died in the ring, it's not good, it's finished. And it's one mother, one father at home that lost his son of daughter. The protection of the fighter, of the boxer, is for me also the important thing. And the WBC, that you say is the most important thing, for me is the WBC then the best organization that look for it.
Yes.
Because, when you died in the ring, it's not good. The family, everybody at home, they are somebody, lost. He don't come back. If you lost a family, it's very. For me, family is very important. Also, I'm from farmers' family. We help each other. We are small. We live together. We work together.
Of course.
That's a very important thing.
Of
Family
course.
is the first thing. So the protection of the boxer is very important. If you got countries like America, England, they got something to say in the boxing world. Belgium, it's not good to say, but what we have to say, a country like Belgium, nothing we have to say. When we arrived here, they already sent me, you can come to there, give you a bracelet, you can do this, that.
Uh-huh.
They don't have to do this, but they accept you and they say you can do this, I help you, you go there. You are welcome here.
Yes.
And if you arrived here, they showing you everything, and that's the WBC family that helped you to get everything you needed.
Yes.
They are here for you, and you feel it.
And what is next in the near future?
For me?
Yes.
We are this midday for the mandatory rankings for the super featherweights, and I still want to do a fight, hopefully the world championship for the super featherweight world championship.
Yes.
WBC super featherweight world championship.
Yes.
I'm 10 times lightweight, and then I changed a little bit lighter. No, I want to be, hopefully, I don't say, champion in 2 weight classes. So if I can be champion WBC super featherweight, my career is okay.